talking a lot about Ripple on this show, the company that's currently embroiled in a fierce battle with the SEC over the status of its XRP coin. But it's not the only lawsuit in the works. There's also a class action suit that's been filed on behalf of the thousands of XRP customers who lost a lot of money when the SEC sued Ripple and the value of XRP tanked. Charlie Gasparino is here. We welcome also John Deaton, the lawyer who's representing those XRP customers. And I know that you two have had a lot of discussions about this already, Charlie.
Yeah, we should also get a price of XRP if we can, because it's pertinent to this story. John, thanks for joining us. We've been conversing a little bit on Twitter. I'd like to ask you this: what is the ultimate goal of the case? And when did you get into this, and why? Why did you? Because you're a lawyer. I haven't read about you in the past going after major corporations. This is a class action suit, I believe, against the Securities Exchange Commission. Am I right about that?
Yes. Right now, it's a motion to intervene into the SEC versus Ripple case.
So, what made you get into it?
Well, first off, I want to thank you, Cheryl, for having me. And when I say thank you, I'm not just saying thank you on behalf of myself. I'm saying thank you on behalf of 22,000 XRP holders who have joined this fight against regulatory, not just uncertainty, but overreach, and also to bring into light the massive conflicts of interest and the gross appearance of impropriety. I got involved because when I read this complaint on Christmas Eve of the last Christmas, I was outraged that the SEC would be alleging exactly what they're alleging in this case. They basically sued not just Ripple, but the hundreds of thousands of XRP holders, many of which have never heard of the company Ripple, never heard of Brad Garlinghouse or Chris Larson. And as you know, that started just by me and has turned into now 22,000, and Charlie, it's growing every day.
Yeah, I mean, let's just back up a minute. Remember, the SEC sued Ripple, saying the XRP cryptocurrency that's used on the Ripple platform is a security and they should have registered it, which they didn't. And they're saying because of that, you owe us a ton of money, $1.5 billion. When that happened, XRP was deplatformed from major exchanges. The price went down. People like you're a holder, I assume, in the past of this. I think that's you've mentioned that to me in the past. But people like you who held it saw the value of the holdings go down dramatically. And here's the rub. The rub, the way I read your complaint and the comments by the XRP community is simply this: Ripple used XRP to finance the build out of its Ripple platform, which is actually a decent platform. It's cross-border payments with crypto, obviously the XRP. It's no different than what Ethereum did with Ether back in the day, but Ethereum got a pass with Ether. You guys didn't. Is that essentially it?
Well, there's a lot to it. I will tell you this. I wouldn't be involved in this case if the SEC was only going after Ripple for selling XRP in the early years when they were building their platform. I wouldn't be involved. Whether that would be selective enforcement or not is none of my concern. But in this case, the SEC is making the absurd claim that all sales of XRP for the last 8 years, that every single one of them constitutes a transfer of unregistered security, including in the secondary market. That means my clients who purchased on Coinbase in 2020, they're claiming, even though they've never heard of Ripple, that we're in a common enterprise with Ripple. It's absurdity, Charlie.
And so what is your resolution? What would you like to see?
Well, right now we've asked the court permission to come into the case and intervene as de facto defendants, or in the alternative, to grant us amicus standing with participatory rights. Basically, what that means is to allow us to prove that the XRP that we purchased is not only not a security, we also didn't enter into a common enterprise with Ripple.
Right.
Because Ripple's went on record to say that they owe nothing to XRP holders. They have shareholders, and the SEC is clearly not acting on our behalf. So we just want to take for ourselves.
You mentioned conflicts of interest. Okay, now this is where it gets interesting. Jay Clayton was the head of the SEC that brought the case. A guy named Bill Henman was then at the head of corporate finance for the SEC, who played a role, I guess, in the case. You believe that those two gentlemen, who, by the way, we've reached out for comment, they say no, they don't want to come on. So just so you know, I've tried to get them to give their side of the story. You think that they filed these cases and they have huge conflicts of interest. Can you explain some of that?
Sure. Well, here's what you have. You have Jay Clayton, who was the chairman of the SEC. His law firm represents Ethereum co-founders and competitors to Ripple. Bill Hinman worked for Simpson Thacher. It was a board member of the Enterprise Ethereum Alliance. And while he was working at the SEC, he was having private meetings with these Ethereum investors and collecting $15 million while working at the SEC from the firm that's on the board of the Ethereum Alliance. After all these private meetings, Charlie, he gives a speech that declares Ethereum not a security, and we found out that these Ethereum investors helped write the speech.
Are you going to depose them in your suit?
Well, the goal is to depose them. Right now, we're just seeking to go into court in the Southern District of New York and represent ourselves and defend what we own, because Ripple's not going to do it and the SEC's not going to do it.
You want to answer the question, Cheryl?
Well, I want to say that the two of you are going to continue this conversation, because this story between the two of you and this interview is all over Twitter. And there was a lot of interest in this whole case. And it is fascinating. I'm going to let both of you continue with this. It's going to be online. Follow Charlie in particular on his Twitter blog, where that's all the news is breaking. And John Deaton, thank you so much for this. This was great. Thank you, sir.
Thank you for having me. Yeah. We appreciate it. Charlie's been on top of this from the beginning.
It's fascinating, and he has been. Guys, thank you very much.